Hi guys, so today we're going to be looking at multiplying fractions and fractions now that include numbers and variables and exponents. So quickly, just to start off, remember these top numbers are called our numerator and these bottom numbers here are called our denominator. So looking at from the problem we are given and the first step they take, what is happening? Well, the numerators are being multiplied and then the denominators are being multiplied. So let's go ahead and write that down. The numerators are multiplied together and the denominators are multiplied together. So you can just say that we multiply across in simple terms. Okay, now let's look at what happened from step 1 to step 2. This a to the power of 2 got expanded to a to a. This 10 got expanded from 2 times 5. This 15 got expanded to 3 times 5. And then we just have that a. So our second step was we expanded. Okay. So expand numbers and variables or exponents. Okay. Now let's look what happened next. What happened next? Well, what's different? The 2 and the 5 are now in the front, and then the letters are in the back. So here they rearranged. So rearranged numbers in front and then variables. And this is actually the step that you can skip if you already feel comfortable like not rearranging and still being able to find the ones. Okay, the rearrange step is not really necessary. All right, let's look at what happened next. So from step 3 to step 4, what are they doing? Those 5s, those 2 5s in the numerator and then the denominator, and that a in the numerator and that a in the denominator. What's happening? Yes, they're finding giant ones. So here they find ones. I'm just going to say ones like that. All right, and then the last step, what do you think they did? Well, they know that these are ones now. So now they're just multiplying. 2 times 1 times 1, that's 2. And I have a there. 3 times 1 times 1 is 3. So my last step is to multiply. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do some examples because I know this can be kind of confusing. Let's start off with 3. So the first thing we do is multiply across. So negative 2d times 5 over 5 times negative 2. Okay, let's go ahead and expand now. So we're going to expand. So, negative 2 times d times 5 over 5 times negative 2. Okay, you can rearrange. I'm not going to. I feel that step is unnecessary. So remember, to find ones, you need to have the same thing in the numerator and the same thing in the denominator. So do you see some things that are the same thing in both the top and the bottom? Hopefully you said yes. This 5 right here and this 5 right here. 5 over 5 make a 1. This negative 2 and this negative 2, right? They make a 1. So now what am I left with? I need to multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. I have d at the top in the numerator. And then I have 1 times 1 at the bottom. Okay? 1D is the same thing as D, and D over 1 is the same thing as just D. All right, let's move on. Let's do this problem now. Number 5. When there is a negative like this, oopsies, let's pick a different color. When there's a negative like that, you can either apply it to the numerator or apply it to the denominator. So I could rewrite this in 2 different ways. I'll show you both ways to rewrite it, and then I'll just show you one way of solving it. Okay, I could write it like that, or I can write it like this. So just apply that negative either to the numerator or to the denominator. Let's go ahead and just do this first one. So step 1 tells us to multiply across. So negative w times 6 and then 3 times w. So now we have just one fraction. It then tells us to expand. Okay, you might be thinking, hey, Ms. Lopez, I don't need to expand. Well, there's an invisible negative 1 right here. So we can expand that. So negative 1 times w times 6 over 3 times w. Once again, I'm going to skip that rearrange step. I feel it's an unnecessary step. Now we need to find ones. Okay. Ooh, actually, I made another boo-boo. Do you guys see it? I can expand the 6. What can I expand the 6 into? 3 and 2. All right. Now, do you see more ones? You see why I wanted to expand that? Because now I have 3 and 3. So this 3 and this 3 become a 1. This w and this w become a 1. Okay, so at the top, negative 1 times positive 1 times positive 1 times positive 2 is negative 2. 1 times 1 is 1. And I get negative 2 over 1. Or I can write this as just negative 2. All right, one more problem together. I am doing the trickier problems, so just be aware of that. This x to the power 2, you might be thinking, hey, that's not a fraction. But remember when I told you that every number technically is a fraction? You just need to put a fraction bar and a 1 over it. That's exactly it. So now we're going to multiply across. So I get x2 times 3 over 1 times x. Let's go ahead and expand. This expands to x times 3 over 1 times x. Let's find our ones. This x and this x make a 1. 3 times 1 is 3. I still have my x. 1 times 1 is 1. So this is 3x over 1, or just 3x. Okay. If you want, I'll do one more just in case. Let's see. We'll do number 2 together. Okay. So multiply across. This now becomes 5 times c times d times 2d times 10. Our second step is to expand. So 5 times c times d times 2 times d times what multiplies to make 10? 2 times 5. Okay. Find your ones. This d and this d make a 1. This 5 and this 5 make a 1. So at the top, I have 1 times 1, which is 1. I still have the letter c. At the bottom, I have 2 times 1 times 2 times 1. That's 4. So my answer is 1c over 4. Okay, guys, I hope this video helps. I know you guys are having a little bit trouble with these. So if you do need help, please feel free to reach out to me. I will be holding a Zoom meeting tomorrow if you guys want to ask questions, because on Friday you do have a quiz on this. Okay? So hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday.